Good morning, everyone. This is Sun Kim's weekly global briefing on 26th of October. Yesterday, the Chairman Gunny Lee, he passed away yesterday, and all the news, including not only in South Korea but also in all the world global news, including Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, and Financial Times. They simultaneously issues the article about the passover of Chairman Lee. He was a really great man, and he also really upgraded tremendously in the size of not only in the size of the economy but also in the size of economy in Korea. So I'd like to give him the really deep condolence about it, and I'd like to know that J.Y. Lee, the son of Chairman Lee, hear this condolence about that. And then nowadays, let me tell you some information about some U.S. election. Now the Trump and Biden is roaming around the swing state, and then now that there's some kind of festivals, and then many things happen. But there are three issues on the U.S. election, on the Biden and the Trump. Okay, number one is that how's the people in the swing state is decided their mind whether to Trump or the Biden. So they're really confusing, because there's the second TV debate, and then the problem is that the Trump did so much better than Biden, and the Biden cannot make a really big ouch to the Trump. So the swing state is really shaking. It is now shaking, and until the vote day of the 3rd November. It'll be really chaos. Number two, there are lots of scandal in two candidates. The Trump also had the kind of all the sex scandals, whatever, and the money scandals, blah 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 blah, and there are some kind of Russian scandals, whatever. And but also the Biden also has it. His son Hunter Biden, and then many things in like a Ukrainian scandal and whatever. Okay. So they are fighting each other of their own scandal, and then and the point is that who will overcome these scandals faster than the other candidate. Okay, and number three is the Amy Coney Barrett. Maybe, in my opinion, she will definitely become the U.S. Federal Supreme Court judge. Okay, the senator will approve it. They already made some kind of decision on the vote, and it will be declared on this evening or the next or tomorrow. Okay, or tomorrow. So it's really important issues, and then all the conservative, and then the Federal Supreme Court will become the conservative moves, and that is really bad for the Democrat Party. Yeah. So, let me tell you something, okay? There's no need for some kind of forecast now. All we have to do is prepare the scenario, and then be ready for the shock, okay? We'll check the indices and then all the commodities first. Okay, let me tell you something, okay? All three Dow Jones, now Nasdaq and S&P 500, they show the bear market, and although the Dow Jones shows although the Nasdaq and S&P 500 show the green light, but it is not good. Now it is making box patterns and moving the sidewalk, make a sidewalk, and after they all fell down, they dropped stiffly in last Monday, and then continuously make the box patterns, and maybe from this week until the 3rd November, the vote day of the U.S. election, then the market will make the box patterns very narrowly, and the problem is the swing state, as I told you just before, and And another issue on the VIX November, it shows at the 28 points, and then the commodity and the real world, it shows some kind of stabilization, but that they'll make another box patterns, because the real world also is influenced by the stimulus plans that is now discussing in the Congress between Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin. Okay. And commodities, you see that gold, palladium, and platinum, they show the green light, the bull market, and the silver and copper shows the bear. But the problem is that gold and silver, they shows that they are very narrow band. They show the very narrow band of the box patterns, so it has another chance to make a bear market. So you have to be careful, and then I recommend not to get into that, and do not make the long position in this season. Okay. Number 2, platinum in the next January is good, but it raised up, as I told you that we can make a long position on the 550 around there. Okay. They made a line, so we buy it. If you buy it, then you can sell it there. On Friday, they made $920, more than $920, and then it dropped down, and then made a really upper tail, and now it is still a good chance, and then you can sell it. You can sell them all, and then you can sell it all and make the money on it. Palladium, they raised up on the Tuesday and made a big bull on Tuesday, but it has some possibility to drop down and make another bear again. So I recommend not to get into the palladium. If you have a lot of money, that the one unit is more than $70,000. So if you have a lot of money, then you can get into the palladium. But I won't do that. For me, if I were the investor, I won't get in there. Okay. The copper, it overcome the $3.12 already, but it is already too high, and I recommend you not to get it there. Okay. And next is the oil. The WTI and Brent shows the bear market, and the only oil, the Dubai, it made a very small bull, because the China and the India, they recovered the economy, and they started to run the factory again, and now they're consuming the oil, and now the winter is coming. Yeah, it is good news. But the problem is that, then after the U.S. election, then the China and India, maybe they will be shaking again. So I am not sure, and I cannot guarantee that the Dubai oil will get up, made another bull market till 50 or 60. Somebody said that it will get up to more than 60, but I don't think so. Before the COVID-19 is overcome by the treatment or the vaccine, then it won't make it. It won't make it. Okay, so remember this. COVID-19 is a vital factor of the oil market. Okay. Now we'll check the weekly news. I brought the 3 news from the Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, and Financial Times. And I won't speak here about the Chairman Kenny Lee. Okay, the Samsung guy. I don't want it. Everybody knows that, and I don't have to tell it. Number 1, China reconsiders its global strategy for the yuan. Yeah, the Zhu Jin, the international director at the PBOC, the People's Bank of China. He said that they will reconsider their global strategy of the yuan because they are running in the international, and then they only have just a 2% of their occupancy. So they want to expand their their transactions in the global market, and the problem is that there are so many things. COVID-19 happens, and then the yuan is getting stronger, and the dollar is getting weaker, and also there is an election. So many things happen. So they are thinking about making some kind of reconsidering their global strategy, and also they are making some kind of internal support. It means that they are making lots of debts to running their yuan. Okay. Is another issue. Maybe they'll make a big trouble in next year, I think. And next one is the Wall Street Journal. The IRS reels in a whale of an offshore tax sheet and goes for another, and it shows that, and that lots of the hedge fund manager and wealth people and some kind of financial guys and the investment companies who made some kind of tax haven in Caribbean or in the Mediterranean, like a Malta, okay, or Nevis or the Nassau, whatever, okay, Bermuda, you name it. They made a company there, and then they have they moved their money to there, and then they hide it. Lots of that, and you know what? IRS traced it more than 10 to 15 years, and then they find it everything, and they call it everybody. Okay, give me the what is this money? And give me the money. Give me the tax that you have taken away from the United States. So they've paid more than $200 or $300 million, and sometimes maybe some guys they paid more than $1 billion. Okay, and now I think, in my opinion, after the U.S. election, IRS will run, and then they'll beat their check and then beat all the Democratic financial companies who made the offices in tax haven. Okay, maybe Trump will do it. Unfortunately, if the Biden do it, and then Biden will check the Republican, okay, Republican guys, and then they'll kick the ass of the Republican hedge fund companies. And number 3, the Arab war is loan growth outpost lures debt investors back, and it's a story of the Egypt. Okay, MENA area, the Middle East and the North African area, the only countries that made the positive growth is the Egypt, and the financial minister Mohammed Might, he said that okay, we made a lot of progress here, and then maybe before we have a $20 billion, okay, $20 billion foreign debts, but now in May we had only 7 billion. So they shrank more than 65% of their foreign debts, and it is amazing. Okay, it is amazing. But their main industry is the agriculture, but not only the agriculture but also the other sectors, they are growing. And even the IMF said that the Egypt will make a 3.5% growth in this year, although it is under the COVID-19 influences. So everybody is looking for this these countries, and then now Egypt will make another movement, not only in the agriculture and the tourism, but also to the other industries that they are doing, like a car making or whatever. Okay. Next is the market forecast. Then the U.S. stock market indices makes bear. Yeah, definitely it's bear, and make the short-term box pattern, and it will sustain the next week until the vote day, the 3rd November. Okay, and anyway, whoever become the president, the other candidate will appeal it to the Supreme Court, the federal Supreme Court, and then the U.S. will become in very big chaos. Okay. Whoever, Republican or Democratic supporters in the United States, they will fight each other. It's like a second civil war. Okay, it is like a second civil war. At the first civil war is talking about the slave, and the second civil war is talking about the immigrants, the legal or illegal immigrants, and also not only that, but also speaking about the rights of the U.S. citizen and the aliens. Okay. Number 2, commodities will make box pattern in general. So I've already told you that, so I won't talk about that. Number 3, I told you that last week, and also it is the same. China-related agriculture commodities are going bull, and China economy can face crisis this year, and also. In my opinion, the lean hogs, corn, and soybean, it will go up maybe until the end of this year, and maybe next January. Okay, in next January. And also another big issue is about the wheat. Wheat can go to next January. I mean, it'll make a really big bull market. Nowadays some kind of wheat harvest is not so good in United States. So unfortunately, the wheat price will go up and all the food price will go up. So you can check it out. All the food area like in Nabisco or the Mars or whatever. Okay. And finally, the weekly focus is U.S. election and chaotic. Yeah, absolutely. I told you three factors already. Okay, swing state, scandal, and Amy Coney Barrett. These three factors will shake the market, and we cannot make any forecast on it. We have to make all the scenarios and prepare the shock. Okay. And next is about our the South Korean issues. I love this because the South Korea becomes some kind of a headliner in the global news. Okay, and what happened after the Lee Gun-hee's death? Okay, what will be the next move of Samsung Electronics and the related companies? Okay, and the J.Y. Lee, the son of the Chairman Lee. He'll make his movement not only in the electronics but also the biologics or the other issues, and also the Samsung Corporation, which is focusing on the construction and other issues, other businesses including the Everland or whatever. Okay. And number 3 is U.S.-China dispute. The future war forecast is unfortunately the China is really very nervous about the result of the U.S. election, and if President Xi if the President Xi is really comfort about the result of that. I mean, if the Joe Biden becomes it, maybe he'll get just one shot. Okay, but if Donald Trump becomes the president again, then he'll get 10 shots. So he was very angry, very anxious about it. Yeah, very anxious. And also the U.S.-China dispute will getting harsher and harsher. And unfortunately, in my opinion, they will make some kind of limited war in South China Sea, especially in front of the Taiwan. Maybe next year. Next year they make another conflict in front of the Sea of Taiwan. So we have to be careful about that. Also the China has their own internal problems that they are making lots of debts to boost up their economy. Not only boost up the economy but also boost up the global yuan prices and the transactions. So it will drive more hard time for the China. So we have to check the other countries that will be influence, good influences, who will be the next China, who will be the next factory of the world. Okay, so we have to check the countries and we have to see what is going on in that countries. So this is the end of the global weekly brief, and then this is good. This really very chaotic time. So keep your mind calm and keep your wisdom silence, and check all the scenarios and take the hedging. Okay? Take the hedging and don't lose your money in this chaotic market. God bless you and thank you.